Greetings, everyone. This is Group 1 of Strategic Management, and we will be presenting the OTT entertainment industry in India.
The digital boom in the last couple of years has led to the production of a universe of content on the internet. And just as there is no dearth of content, the OTT platform lead today's consumer control the media consumption from curating their personal selection of content to picking the smart device they want to watch it on. In fact, according to a recent report by PwC, the OTT market is booming and is set to grow at a rate of 22% to reach rupees 12,000 crores in the next 4 years. The stone to arrive 5G network will work only as a shot in the arm for the market. As a result, platforms like Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, Disney owned Hotstar, and The Five are vying for the Indian audience.
Let me introduce my team members to you. It is me, Jaspreet Kaur, Rahul Raj, Samriti Malhotra, Devang Jalan, Muskan Sharma, Dhairya Malhotra, Dishita Bansal, and Ragini Medirat. Media and entertainment industry always had a significant impact on the India's economy. The people's liking and willingness to watch movies, dramas, and serials indicates plenty of untapped potential. The OTT segment specifically has a very high growth rate of about 72% in the past few decades. To mention some facts, the revenue from OTT platforms rose to 19 billion Indian rupees in the fiscal year 2020. In the next 2 years, it is expected to increase twofold and reach up to 46 billion. The market value for digital media has been marked as the highest. The market value for digital media growth rate in India would be about 49% in the year coming. Talking about the evolution of the OTT industry, OTT started as an experiment of making the content convenient. It was available anywhere, anytime, and people could choose what content to watch at what time. The increased westernization served as a catalyst to this process. Further, the increased internet access, cheap data prices, and a higher smartphone base gave further boost to the industry. And the last boost was given by the pandemic. In pandemic, the cinema halls were locked and people were forced and locked inside their houses. So they started browsing the OTT platforms and started watching content. The pandemic and the habit of binge watching boosted the OTT entertainment industry to a CAGR of 72%.
Talking about the trends and profitability of OTT entertainment industry. The Indian OTT market is growing at the compound annual growth rate of 28.6%. India holds the most potential of any market in the world. OTT video revenue is estimated to be the sixth largest market in the world by 2024. Number of OTT video viewers has almost increased by 35% each year from its inception. COVID-19 crisis has further accelerated this process. From just 2 OTT platforms providers in 2012 to about 40 players right now, the OTT revolution has already begun, and it has a long way to go. Currently, there are 437.4 million OTT subscribers in India, and it is estimated India will have a 500 plus million online video subscriber by financial year 2023. And this number is likely to grow with increased smartphone and internet penetration that is happening in India right now. Now talking about the profitability, the monetization is done in 4 ways and most companies choosing multiple ways. The first one is advertisement. Hotstar does that. The second one would be subscription based, and most of them do that, including Amazon Prime, Netflix, and Hotstar too. The third one is freemium, where basic service is free, but additional features requires premium. Voot is a good example of this. And the fourth one is sponsored contents. The OTT companies is generating a lot of revenue, but the profit margin is less. While companies like Netflix has profit margin of 1.50% approximately, many other companies like Hotstar, Z5 are incurring losses right now, but they have shown significant improvement in last few years. And these companies are expected to grow and become profitable given the demand that OTT is having in India right now. but cost cutting will play an important role to increase profit. And also retention of subscribers by these OTT platforms will be paramount.
Now, talking about the opportunities, we can see from graphs that online audience has grown multifold since 2008. OTT video providers are also introducing fresh material in the form of originals and digital film premieres to keep viewers interested, generating tremendous amount of opportunities in various fields. Apart from Netflix, Z5 and Amazon Prime Video, for example, can efficiently shift to remote working since they have shot substantial chunks of their material and can quickly publish it and maintain it in the shape for the users. Coming to the strategies, pay-per-view model, many national and international players are beginning to explore the Indian pay-per-view platform market, especially for movie premieres. Viewership in regional entertainment. Providers will be able to expand their product offerings as the popularity of localized entertainment develops. Regional entertainment and news channels are available on both Z Television and Star Television. Subscription strategy. To appeal to budget-conscious customers and grow its footprints in Indian market, several players introduced subscription model strategy. For example, Netflix announced a smartphone package. Sony Live was relaunched with the goal of enriching the user experience by providing new original content. Moving on to Dhera.
OTT industry offers numerous advantages to consumers, starting with the reduced cost, as the prices charged are affordable, crisp sound and picture quality, instant playback features, which gives the consumer the leeway to access any show anytime, multi-platform service that helps the consumer to view any show on laptops, smartphones, tabs, etc. A lot of creative content, no language barrier, as most sites have a range in multiple languages and many more. Talking further about the growth drivers. In fiscal year 19, India's per capita income increased by 11% to rupees 1,41,447 at current rates. During the period 2017 to 2025, the elite, affluent, aspirers, and next billion income groups are predicted to expand at a CAGR of 11, 9, 5, and 2% respectively. Second, talking about the investments. The Indian government raised the foreign direct investment cap from 74 to 100%. In 2019, the industry saw 21 mergers and acquisitions, totaling a total of US $240 million. Finally, talking about the government initiatives. The government established a national film policy to focus on the animation industry's potential. The government will devise a strategy to boost media and entertainment exports to $10 billion over the next 5 years. In Mumbai, the government has established the National Center of Excellence for Animation, Gaming, Visual Effects, and Comics. In the media and the entertainment business, the government is working to promote the Make in India policy. Next slide, please.
Netflix began as the first DVD by mail service in the year 1997, but soon became the first in other categories as well, including a DVD subscription plan and then a streaming service. It was launched in India in the year 2016 and went public in 2002. It has a subscriber base of around 4.4 million in India, with a market capitalization of $239.66 billion. In terms of Indian OTT users, Netflix penetration accounts for around 2% only. Coming to the general stats, age group with the highest number of views on Netflix belongs to the age group of 16 to 34 years. Monthly active users are 182 million daily. Active users are 100 million. Average revenue per user amounts to rupees 375. Business segments of Netflix are mainly split into three sections: domestic streaming, international streaming, and domestic DVD. Netflix generated about 9.24 billion in revenue in financial year 2020 as compared to rupees 4.71 billion in financial year 2019. Some competitive advantages of Netflix are absence of commercials, heavy investment in original programming, download offline feature, different tiers of membership plans, etc. Also, around 70% of its content is licensed, worth $14 billion. The investment of content creators like Disney and NBC Universal in the streaming service has spurred Netflix to invest heavily into verticalizing its business into content creation.
Thank you, Samriti. The most watched OTT platform with a subscriber base of 116 million worldwide and 46.4 million in India is undoubtedly Disney Plus Hotstar. It gained immense popularity due to its featuring of the Indian Premier League, providing a subscriber base of 7.5 million in 2020. The platform uses a two-tiered approach by showcasing two different brands, which are Star and Star Plus, operating in multiple languages in India to cater to the socio-economic classes and collaborating with other channels available through subscription like HBO, National Geographic, and Pixar, to name a few. The app is now go-to place for almost all needs, ranging from daily soaps to news and sports to movies, serving an age bracket of 16 to 40 years. The reason of its immense popularity is also the affordable cost at which it is available for its audience. The subscription for it is amongst the lowest in the world, rated at INR 1,499 per year, called the premium subscription, along with an even cheaper one of INR 399 per year, known as the VIP subscription. For the purpose of promotion, the company uses influencer marketing and focuses on a range of campaigns to increase awareness among the masses. The figures of monthly active user base of 300 million and daily active user base of 100 million also act as a clear indicator of the performance of this OTT platform, providing an average revenue per user of INR 55. Diving further, the company segments its audience based on three categories: A, customers who prefer daily soaps; B, customers who look forward to watching sports; and C, customers who are movie and Marvel fanatics. Next slide, please. Taking the discussion forward, we will now do a pestle analysis to analyze the business environment. Talking about the political aspects, tax policies play a major role for the entertainment industry. It not only gains revenues from films and serials, but also from shows, festivals, and amusement activities, which constitute a major chunk of around 25 to 30% for the entertainment tax department. But the Telecom Regulation Authority of India makes it a stringent sector to work in, with various barriers in terms of trade and exchanges, as well as in terms of environmental protection. Now, discussing about the economic impacts, the industry follows a segmented target approach. Due to a higher population among the middle class, this section acts as the main driving force of growth. Due to this, a lot of expense is incurred in terms of advertising, which is predicted to grow up to 61,204 crores and is expected to see an increase of about 12.5%. Over to you, Samriti.
Coming to the social factors, it is highly dependent on the audience, as most people spend their time on social media or television even while working. It is somehow shaping our social culture as well. Social media and television, these are the two major means to spread any kind of awareness. Technological factors, technology and the entertainment industry are inseparable things. From black and white television to colorful visuals, our media industry is dominated by technology. It has redefined the products, cost structures, and distribution. The growing use of digital media has forced companies across the globe to invest more in technological advancement and put it in the core strategies.
Now let's come to the legal factors. These OTT services are largely self-regulated and do not have a proper framework for their functioning in India. The motion pictures are regulated by the Cinematography Act 1952 and Information Technology Act 2000. But the glitch with these two is that none of these acts have a jurisdiction over these OTT services, of whose advantage these OTT services do take. Now let's come to environmental factors. The electricity consumed by the data centers means that the data will contribute to the rise in IT's share of energy consumption from its current estimated level of about 10% of global electricity to an anticipated 20% or more in 2030. This is how we power this individual infrastructure, and the way we power this individual infrastructure is growing rapidly. We would have to turn up towards more reliable and non-conventional electric sources so that we can power them more efficiently and more environment friendly. Now, let's come to the valuation analysis of the OTT industries. As you all can see below, we have different values that are created on different parts of the whole industry. The values are created after every of these chains, so-called, having an essential and an impactful decision on every single value that is created, like the content creation, media preparation, content discovery, content distribution, content consumption, monetization, user management, and finally operations. After each of these single stages, the value is created and distributed and given to the key stakeholders of each of these values. As we can see, ubiquitous and the mobile broadband have been immensely popular recently. 70% of the US households already have it. Large screen mobiles have been really prevalent in the recent times. 150 million smart penetration have been there in our country in a very small time. Connected TVs, sticks, and consoles are also the ways by which people grab and distribute and consume the content provided by the OTT industries. TV advertising of $166 billion worldwide have could take place because of this OTT industries and therefore adding value to the companies and to the consumers who have been a part of these advertising. TV channel broadcasting, pay-per-view, rental, and on-demand free-to-air and subscription-based content are some of the contents and some of the ways by which value has been created and distributed among the different key stakeholders of these industries.
Challenges and future trends of OTT in India. With the increasing trend of OTT platforms, especially over the past few years, the OTT platform has faced with a lot of competition, and due to that, there are multiple challenges being faced by the whole media and entertainment industry. First point being access to content. Each user have to have their own D2C platform, direct to customer platform, in order to access their content. It is a primary challenge being faced by the OTT platform. Second point, customer attention. With the increase in competition and multiple sources available to grab onto the content, it is very essential to have the customer retention in place with the subscription video on demand saturation point being reached. And that is why it is very essential to build a strong brand. Third point being monetization. With the increase in the content and viewership of OTT, there are multiple platforms being available in order to extract the content of OTT platform through advertising video on demand and other hybrid models. Fourth point, the cost efficiency, which is definitely at stake. The future trends of OTT. We can see from the right-hand side diagram that definitely there is the future of OTT in India, especially with the past and the ongoing pandemic, which is there. OTT platforms has risen and is continue to rising daily. We can see that there is a constant demand increase, also not only in urban but also in rural developments of India. The content has diversified to such an extent that it is not only restricted to media and entertainment, but also to the learning aspect of education sector for kids or for their different health and wellness, fitness platforms. That education, the sport viewership has changed tremendously with the increase in OTT demand, and definitely the viewership of news and other content. Everything has changed with the increase in OTT platform demand.